have a quorum, and I'd like to call the Senate Committee on Environment and Agriculture to order. We're going to begin with some appointments. I'd like to begin with the first one. This is a new appointment of Charles Rogério, Esquire, to the Narragansett Bay Commission. And I believe Mr. Rogério is here.
I am.
Welcome.
Thank you, Senator. Good afternoon. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon for you and the members of the committee. And I'm thankful for the opportunity and the consideration you're affording me. I'm also thankful for the two individuals who came forward to testify on my behalf, Colonel James McDonough of the Central Falls Police Department and Attorney Audrey Lombardo, who's been a colleague of mine for some time. I am particularly interested in serving as an appointee to the Narragansett Bay Commission. I'd like to thank also Governor Raimondo for putting me forth as an appointment before this committee this evening. I'm particularly interested in that position. I'm familiar with the excellent work that's done by the Narragansett Bay Commission. I represented employees there for 6 years, approximately from 2006 to 2012. And during that time, I acquired a tremendous amount of respect for the organization, the people that work there, and the vital work that they do on behalf of the approximately 350,000 citizens that they serve and their important work for the Bay. So it's a pleasure to be here this evening. I'm happy to answer any questions. I really appreciate your consideration, and thank you for taking this matter up.
Thank you. Are there any questions from committee members for Mr. Rogério? Yes.
Madam Chair, not a question, but welcome, Charles, and thank you for your availability to serve on this Narragansett Bay Commission many years back. I had the pleasure of serving on the Narragansett Bay Commission just for a short time, and I think it, is a fabulous partner here in the state. And thank you for this volunteer position that you're going to undertake.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? You have some witnesses that you would like to speak on your behalf?
I do, Senator.
I'd just like to thank you for your willingness to serve on the Narragansett Bay Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really appreciative of the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. The first witness, Mr. Mezzalotto. You want to sign up?
Senator, how are you? Well, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you, Madam Chairman. It's a pleasure to be back in the building. As you know, I've served in the building for 20 years, and it's always a pleasure to come back. This is old hand for me. Madam Chairman, members of the committee, thank you very much for entertaining this nomination. This is the very first time that I have ever made an appearance in front of a committee with regard to a potential appointment to the Narragansett Bay Commission. But I thought it was appropriate for me to be here today because of an article that appeared in the Providence Journal front page this morning. And I thought it was imperative that I respond to that at this proceedings. As you heard just a moment ago, Charles Rogério represented the Narragansett, the 1033 Union, which is a big part of the Narragansett Bay organization. And he did so with a sense of professionalism that remains with all members of the board of Narragansett Bay Commission. And since he departed in that position, he has consistently indicated his interest in serving on the Narragansett Bay Commission. And I can tell you that it's the great workers of the Narragansett Bay Commission and Local 1033 which has made the Narragansett Bay Commission the pristine agency that it is today. It is not only regionally recognized, it is nationally recognized, and may I be so bold as to say, even internationally recognized for its accomplishments. It has gone from the worst polluter in the country to one of the top 5 agencies in the entire country, and it is due in no small way to its workers. And Charles was a big part of that, maintaining that labor management relationship. So any suspicion that this is a conspiracy that has something to do with the potential acquisition of the Providence Water Supply Board and our discussions as such is a complete fabrication. It is strictly coincidental that this matter is being heard simultaneously to this legislation. I have known Charles since he's been a young boy. I know his entire family. He's respected as a consummate professional. He would be an asset to Narragansett Bay Commission, and we would be proud to count him among our members. Thank you, Madam Chairman and members of the committee. I have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Lombardo. Any questions? Yes, really appreciate you taking the time to come over.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee. My name is Colonel James McDonough. I'm the police chief of Central Falls. I've known Attorney Rogério in professional capacity for the past 3 years. We've worked on many labor cases together, including a successful collective bargaining agreement with the FOP. I've known him to be very responsive, very trustworthy, with a strong moral compass. I have a lot of confidence in him and his abilities, and I'm here to speak on his character, and I think he'd be a great asset to any public service position, but specifically here to the Narragansett Bay Commission. I'd be willing to welcome any questions if anyone has any.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Audrey Lombardo. I'm an attorney and a partner at the law firm of Hennius, Carl Lombardo in East Providence, Rhode Island, and I have had the pleasure of having a professional and personal relationship with Attorney Rogério for over 10 years. We worked very closely together for almost 5 years as younger attorneys, and I also now collaborate with him through my firm's work on legal special education matters for the Providence School Department through the City Solicitor's Office. More importantly, in those 10 years, I've gotten to know Attorney Rogério as a person who I respect and admire. He's a trustworthy and loyal friend to me and to my family. Attorney Rogério would be a great asset to any public service position, in my opinion. He's an individual of the highest character and integrity. In my dealings with him, he's always shown himself to be ethical and principled. His actions are well thought out and always made with great care for both the law and the ethical considerations of each situation. In addition, I'm certain that the Narragansett Bay Commission will benefit from both his legal experience and knowledge in the areas of municipal, contract, and employment law, as well as his hands-on experience working with municipalities and their leadership. I can't think of a person who is more dedicated to the state of Rhode Island and performing public service on its behalf. Thank you. And I have comments or questions.
Any questions or comments? Appreciate you taking the
Thank you very much.
That does conclude the business for Mr. Rogério. Unless you has any questions? Madam?
I'd like to move advice and consent be granted by this committee to Charles Rogério for the position on the Narragansett Bay Commission.
Second.
Senator Conlon, Senator Archibald, Senator Kaplan, Senator Coyne, Senator Boyd. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations, Mr. Rogério. We will recommend the full Senate grant by some.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Good luck to you. We'll be looking forward to your work. We have 2 reappointments to the Narragansett Bay Commission. The first is J.J. Farnham, Jonathan Farnham, and Mr. Mezzalella has signed up on both these reappointments. And as the committee knows, it's not necessary for reappointments to appear before the committee. They have been before the committee before. And if there are questions,
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I guess it would suffice simply to say that These two reappointments, we're pleased, very pleased, to have your consideration and favorable disposition of this matter. These particular appointments have a long tenure with the Narragansett Bay Commission. As you probably know, the Narragansett Bay Commission is responsible for the largest single public works project in the history of the state of Rhode Island. We think it's imperative that we maintain the continuity and the professionalism that we have displayed through the years, and we would ask your favorable consideration for Michelle Desroches and for Jonathan Fung. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There are no other witnesses signed up. I would entertain a motion for the reappointment of Michelle Desroches to the Narragansett Bay Commission for a term expiring April 1st, 2021.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Jeffrey, seconded by Senator Rockwell. Goodwin, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? We recommend next, we have the reappointment of Jonathan K. Arnott to the Narragansett Bay Commission for a term expiring April 1st, 2021. Is there a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
We have a
Second.
motion by Goodwin, seconded by Jeffrey. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? And we will recommend full Senate